What's up, guys? Welcome back to what should be the last working day on the Modest House build. We've got a bunch of punch list things to do. Actually, not many because we've been taking care of them. I'm working on getting a fire door installed into the house. We've got HVAC guys here. They've got a air handler set in place just to get measurements, but we need to build a little bit bigger of a room, and we're gonna go into the attic space of the garage so that they have more room for ducts. So that's gonna be done today. We're gonna be doing some plywood in the mechanical room so they have places to mount all their hardware. And then we're gonna be doing safe and sound in the interior walls, which is a Rockwool product for noise control. And that should be wrapping up the rest of the work that we have here today. So big day, let's go ahead and get into it. The other thing that I forgot to film is I set 2 pocket doors. Really not much to it. It's a pretty darn easy deal to set the frame. The guy setting the door, trimming out the actual finishes. That's where all the work is done to make sure everything's perfect, but I did make sure the track was as level as possible. Everything is nice and solid as it can be with a pocket door. So we did this. The other thing that we did here, take a look up here, this is cold air returns. So met with the HVAC guy. We planned all this out. We did a little bit of framing. You'll see here, this is all framed. There's a boot that goes up. It's a box, a metal box, and then they're gonna attach their 6 or 8 inch, I think 8 inch round. And then this whole bay is gonna get panned off. So what you'll notice is we've got the Razan all back to our air control layer. So the whole goal is that anything in the space here is also sealed in this ductwork because they're sealing off this ductwork into the attic space back to the mechanical room, which I'm gonna be air sealing when I get it framed. So this, we've got over here our supplies, same sort of thing. And here, if you look from this angle, you can see the box and how this all works. So we're just doing as much air control detail sealing as the HVAC guys are coming through. Same with our vent pipes that are going up through the Myrex. I went up in the attic, am sealing those as they go. Not fun work, but it's important work because it's those final details that matter for, you know, the longevity and the comfort of the home. Oh yeah, that feels great. Nice, dude. Somewhere in there, yeah. And just throw it. Yep, thanks, buddy. Man, when a door goes in nice, it's like hitting the lottery, you know? And honestly, the quality of door does make a difference too, I'll be honest. Yeah. You buy a cheap door, it's a pain in the butt to install. We're gonna lock this door in the open position. There. Okay. Project 1 done, on to the next. We're gonna get this mechanical room, plywood done. 23 and a quarter, 27. 23 quarter, 6 foot, ½ inch. Dude, wait. I have the biggest brained idea. And you're gonna say, dang, Kyle, why didn't I think of that? This is the piece that he used.
Oh, there you go.
I'm just not gonna go higher.
Okay.
So I don't know if you can maybe get yours all the way up.
Maybe. You drop your end down, maybe.
Wait, I gotta get squared up.
Yeah, we're not square.
I need to get in, I'm tight. Okay, there we go. Now you should be able to go up, Greg. Nice. Look at that dream fit, dude, around everything.
You know, it's not too bad.
It's decent. There we go.
It might be easier to flex it in this way now.
Okay, here, pull the pipe. Okay.
There we go. With the power of friendship, we can do anything.
Okay, friend, reach back there and grab that wire.
I don't like when you do that.
Greg, you gotta have fun at work, man.
Yeah, I'm having so much fun. From this angle.
This strut needs to be like cut out of there a little. Seems like a lot of pain in the butt there, my guy. That's some nasty stuff.
Dude, you know what it smells like? It smells like matches.
I don't know what you're trying to avoid. Yeah, there you go.
You know what I'm trying to avoid.
I know, but I'm protected. Here, take that. What do you got? That's a wood only, my guy.
Do you want the DeWalt one?
No. We did it, dude. Ugh. Don't breathe any of that in. And those guys, can those go right around the corner? Perfect. Perfect. Then we go up, we go down. Right there. Use it, yeah. All right, guys, we're on to the last task in the house for us, and that is installing our Rockwool Safe and Sound. So this is just gonna aid in dampening the sound, not hearing things on the other rooms when you're like, let's say, you know, sleeping and you got a party going on. This is gonna reduce that sound. It's gonna reduce the decibel rating going through the wall cavity. Is it the perfect solution? No, there's other things you can do. You can have isolation board and, you know, isolation track and all that good stuff. But this is a very inexpensive way to add a lot of value, I think, to a house. So we're gonna separate all the bedrooms from the common areas, and that's really about it. You don't need to spend money and time on your closets and bathroom walls that are, you know, going nowhere, but bedrooms, definitely important. This being the master, this that I'm standing in being the kitchen, that's an important one. So it should go pretty quickly, so we're gonna start running it.
Yeah, I know when I'm doing my house,
Yeah?
I'm definitely doing the bedroom.
What does that mean exactly? Like, why did you say it like that?
Because I like sleeping in quiet places.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if there was like some story that we didn't know yet.
Nope.
So just take this. Here's what I do. Just take this, set it here, okay? Set it on the stud there or close, and then just look at it and just make sure that you're straight. Cut it.
Okay.
Boom. Oh yeah, this one's not 16 either, so you see this?
Yeah.
Just grab some scrap, or even you can take this and just go. There you go. And just kind of do that sort of thing. The beauty is, Cole, you can't mess it up as long as you just fill the void. It doesn't have to, there's no like, it has to be, there's no right or wrong, just as long as it's full. Are you a short serration guy or a long?
Well, for this stuff, I've been doing since I've been cutting on the concrete. What's that?
Uh-oh.
Why do you have an alarm?
Uh-oh, why do I have an alarm? Okay, good.
Is it just to, like, text your wife and tell her?
Tell her that I love her?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, I respect
Let me
that.
text her real quick, tell her I love her. Done with the first wall, and unfortunately it's really hard to pick up sound on, because I'm mic'd and Greg's mic'd, but wow, notice how the sound just muffled real crazy? No, probably not, but it makes a difference. Customer actually just walked in and said, wow, it's quieter in here already. That's because of the Rockwool, Safe and Sound. You could use a lot of different products, but being dense, that is what you want. You want more density. So yeah, first wall down. I'm gonna go ahead and tackle probably the hardest wall just because of all the piping in the kitchen wall, the bathroom wall. This is a shared wall. Honestly, looking back, we should have done a 2x6 here. It would have made this a lot easier. Everybody's jobs would have probably been easier, but plan called for 2x4. Greg, we should have done 2x6. The extra 2 inches gained is probably not worth the time spent on all the details, but oh well, live and learn. Can't do it perfect, you gotta learn, right, Greg?
That's right.
You know, benefit to this. This is a mineral wool product. I don't know if we've ever even talked about it, Greg. Have we ever talked about how, I mean, this would reduce and slow down fire also.
Yeah, I mean, depending on
I mean, I don't know what the tests have been done, but.
I think what I heard was on a 2x6 wall filled with Rockwool, it takes an hour to get through the 2x6 stud.
Okay, that is true, and I knew that, but I'm
So
saying I don't know if I've ever done a safe and sound.
Yeah, I don't know about safe and sound, but I would imagine,
It's
I mean,
the same product. It has an R
it would
value.
just be whatever the wood is, because it's not going to melt
No.
once the fire gets hot enough.
So it's harder for the fire to move through this wall when it's full of rock. So yeah, I mean, you know, you got bedrooms, you got Rockwool safe and sound on all the bedroom walls. I would sure think that you're gonna potentially save time or give yourself more time, which is another benefit that I guess I've never really thought about till just now. I just cut that Rockwool, and I just wondered if that's what it was like when you,
Cutting a man's throat.
or a head or something.
You got a weird obsession with that, not gonna lie.
No, I don't. All right, I'm done in here. Stupid cord. About to trip me up. Anyway, I'm done. This is kind of the hard wall. It's not as pretty as like a nice R21 in a wall, but it's effective, except for this. I just saw this. If we see daylight, then sound can make its way through. I'm gonna let the boys keep on working on this. They're gonna go down this main hallway, separate all the bedrooms, and then just do a couple other little rooms. I was waiting for the HVAC guys to confirm some dimensions and placement of their duct that is gonna come out of the furnace up in that room, our HVAC closet, we're calling it, the second story of the garage. So they've got all that information for me. I'm gonna go ahead and get back on that so we can wrap that up, and that's gonna be it for this. All right, so this is the mechanical room where we were planning on putting the HVAC air handler for both air conditioning and supplemental heat. The problem is once we got the actual equipment in here, the installers realized that the space was not quite big enough, and because of some of the framing of the building, it just wasn't gonna work the way they planned. What that means is that I get to make this space taller. So we're actually gonna frame into the attic space. We're gonna get a new air control layer. We're gonna make this part of the same air control system or environment as the house by using the Sega Myrex, and everything between here, the house, and all the ductwork should all be in the same space. The installers were just here, and we marked out, and they gave me the measurements where things are gonna go. So what I have to do, I wish I would have known this. I do wish I would have known this. I would have framed this a little bit different, because this is gonna get a sheathed piece of plywood so that they can put the system here. I gotta cut this gird out because this is about where the duct is gonna go, right here. Okay, so they left me the measurements. I know where I have to be. I've got a return that's gonna go right through this header, which is not really a necessary header, so it's no big deal. That was all for during construction when we had this whole wall open from garage to house. Now that we have this all built, I can cut this out. So we've got a supply coming out the furnace or the air handler, and we've got a return coming in right here. So I'm gonna get this all cut out. I'm gonna get it sheathed with plywood after I Myrex everything. Shouldn't be too bad, but still a little bit of work to go. So I'm just gonna do some framing, not very conventional, but effective. That's what we're gonna call it. Okay, that's there. Okay. much easier this would have been if it was like figured out from the beginning. Oh, we got a truss web right in our way. No big deal. We're just gonna go ahead and cut it out because it's an end truss on a wall, and we'll just add some framing next to it. What is this?
Chicken Little is
How you doing out there, boys?
We're going
working.
one bay at a time.
One bay at a time.
Let's see. So if we go 1 inch right there, that's kind of the maximum. And then we're 24. So that just is what it is. I'll cut that out. Dang it.
Contractor.
Missed it.
Knife.
It's getting to be a tight box up here. Myrex air control layer. We got some plywood going up. And probably the hardest part yet is just making sure we get these holes accurate, supply return, and then, yeah, just tidy it up. So it's getting to the end of the day. We're pushing hard to get this wrapped up.
Oh, this hurts my knees.
Yeah.
I'm getting too old for this stuff, Kyle.
Tape
Yeah,
or construction?
both.
Cut me a 71 1/4, and then I'll get you some dimensions on the cutouts.
Yep.
Come on, Kyle. Nice cut, Greg.
Remember, this side is the bevel side, so don't be running it on the rail if you can. Okay.
Wow.
Pretty good?
Eh, it's not bad. Good enough.
Yeah, that's all I'm after.
I know. All right, I think this is ready for the mechanical guys to get their air handler set up here. And yeah, you know, this was a lot of work, a lot of details. I don't know if this was worth it, making this its own little air controlled area space, but it definitely is gonna help because there's not gonna be as much insulation up here. We did some Rockwool, but the blown insulation doesn't have as much space that we would typically have because it's close to the ceiling. So we wanted to do what we could. That's gonna definitely help being in this little tight box. I think it's great to have air, especially because our buildings are typically radiant heated floor. This is mainly gonna be used for air conditioning. So that air is gonna go right out of this unit straight across the attic floor, I guess it would be the first floor ceiling, and it's gonna drop into all the rooms. So that's definitely the way you want your air conditioning to be done because it's gonna settle down anyway to the ground. So I love this. What do you guys think about this little detail? But before we wrap this up, let's go inside the main house. Let's see how all of the safe and sound Rockwool turned out, how the guys did, and we'll wrap this up. And we won't touch that. Wow, look at this. I know you guys probably can't tell the difference, but walking in here, I instantly can hear how dead the sound is. You're probably already starting to not be able to hear those guys in the garage making a bunch of ruckus, cleaning up. But, you know, this is one of those details that a lot of people just skip because it's extra money and you're getting to the point where you're like, man, we're crunching numbers and we just want to get this done. But I always say, do the things that are going to be behind the walls and you won't regret it because you're never going to change them later and you're always going to say, we should have just done that. Now, client can be in their bedroom, people can be in the guest bedrooms, whatever, and they're going to be in their own little bubbles. The Safe and Sound does a great job. So we love the Rockwool. big shout out to them. They helped us out on this project. And yeah, this is basically a wrap for us. We're gonna go ahead and let the drywallers in. They got all their wall board getting delivered tomorrow. HVAC guys, they got to wrap up out in the HVAC closet, but they got everything else done in here. And I do believe some vent pipes got to get hit through the metal roof. So we might get involved in that, we'll see, but I think this is it for us. We'll come back, maybe we'll do a blower door test. Let me know down below in the comments if you guys want to see where that ended up after all the penetrations, and maybe we can make that happen. So we're gonna clean up, get out of here. Thanks a lot. Modest house, this is about it for us, and it was a great job. So hope you guys enjoyed it. We'll catch you on the next one. We got a lot coming always. See you later.